Put it on that bit.
The Mavericks are looking to defeat.
Come on to a shooting star. More money, more murder, more homicide. Just a body, nigga better had an alibi. Never know when the choice you out to improve my case was the suicide. He said, see me, I'm just as foul as you, but you ain't got no style in you. I'm in the bigger, better things and better all my brothers, Amani sweaters. Ooh, AZ? Yeah.
I just like how he do shit. He be throwing me in that mode though, like he got nice like laid back. Chill delivery, but it's real boss. Like,
He's a smooth nigga, man. Him and Nas.
Their Western Conference rival going into this game. We're at the Staples Center where the Clippers will try to turn it up on their home floor. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spot. Matthews out there with Darren Williams, and it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. Parsons dishes to Nowitzki. Drilled.
this shit look crazy. The fuck? What is that money in? I thought I was gonna be able to hit this.
Yes. Huh? I don't know. It might be in the bathroom. But you better go to bed. And kiss. What? Love you. Good night.
From 11 feet out.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
And so here is Dallas. It's Williams with the drive. Can't connect from short range.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
A shot by Paul. Nobody around. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Williams passes to Matthews. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside. That's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Here's Williams. After Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot. And Parsons kicks to Nowitzki. The dish to Pachulia. And that one's good. Here's Paul.
I was watching that little game earlier from last night. That nigga
Dishes it to Reddick.
was Sacramento and Dallas. That nigga Darren Williams was going on.
He feeds it to Jordan. Here's with a wide open look. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
Nowitzki's shot's good.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
It's tipped. Matthews dishes to Williams. Nowitzki a screen. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, quick hands.
I need to holler at Ronnie about the motherfucking hairstyles, man.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
You know, D Will got a baldy. Marcus Smart and them got them little nut ass fucking orange mohawks.
If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the
George Hill got that little Cisco shit going on.
He plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor all others are measured against.
He got Rose together.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Man, this shit real. This shit look crazy. Nigga, I ain't seen this shit. Shit look crazy.
Free throw, good, Paul. Going back to Chris Paul, if you could build a point guard from scratch, Clark, he might be the model.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could do much worse than him, that's for sure. One of the very best. 6 times he's led the NBA in steals. Just an incredible all-around player.
Oh, they ain't got him on again.
Greatest team leaders, I think, in the history of the league as well.
For the last 2 seasons, he's led the league in assists. You're right.
You know, one of the things I think we forget about with Chris Paul is just how clutch he is as a player. I mean, hitting the go-ahead shot in Game 7 against the Spurs last postseason was a big reminder to everyone that this guy is clutch.
Pocket 6. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique.
I'm in the bigger, better things and better on my redders. Money sweaters plus these crabs can never dead us.
Here's Paul. Here's with a screen for Paul. And the wide open shot.
Y'all gotta stay with JJ, man. Come on, y'all.
By Paul as that one goes in. And talking about Paul and his ability to come up in the clutch, that Game 7 shot when he was playing injured, against San Antonio, the defending champions. Turned out to be the game-winning points. Remarkable play, remarkable series for him.
It was. You know, you could see him hobbling around out there and would have to miss games in that Rockets series, the first two, if I recall. But that series is what Paul is really all about, Kevin. He is a competitor, first and foremost.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Here's Pierce. Got a hand on it. And Williams, here we go. And it's Matthews with the jam.
That's the epitome of teamwork right there, Kevin, on the alley-oop.
Clark, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder.
Yeah, lightning, too.
But, guys, the pass, for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs,
I like that nigga Kyrie starting to get back in his form in real life.
He did, and you know, you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career. Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey. But you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career, and also for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game. If you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And he gets it to go. 6 points for Chris Paul.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Nigga Dirk brick the mid-range perfect. Come on, man.
That's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
Now here's Williams. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Nowitzki. He's good with the little jumper in close.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Tell you what, boy, it's hard to watch when the guy gets good shots and misses them. He's missed everything this quarter.
Matthews with it. Chris Paul covering. Matthews with it. Nowitzki outside. Misses off the left eye.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Mavericks trailed by 6. Nobody near Parsons. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Kicks it to Redick. Back to Paul. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Redick, a good look. Looks good. Is good.
Move the fuck out that rock.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, you know, the Mavs made the playoffs last season, but they really had a hard time against the rest of the Western Conference contenders, in part because they struggled defensively. Offensively, they were pretty good, but they didn't quite come up with enough stops when they needed them.
I'm starting to find my little mojo on that duty too, boy. Sheesh.
Johnson comes in for Pierce. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Villanueva comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. John Jenkins checked in for Parsons. And Barea subbed in for Darren Williams. Feeds to Barea. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen.
Come on, Charlie.
Greg, you talked about what the Mavs did, how they played against the West, 29-23 record against the rest of the conference.
Yeah, but Kevin, it's a little misleading, the win total. I mean, if you look at the Mavs against the teams that they compare themselves to, which are the playoff teams in the West, they're only 10-18 over the course of the season.
Good point. And they forced
I ain't gonna hold you. I was on my motherfucking heels. I'm like, that shit can get ugly for JaVale McGee or Crawford.
Barea kicks to Villanueva. Here's Jenkins. Dallas, no good that time either. LA's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Johnson can't hit. Dallas has gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. That's good.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Stolen by McGee. Here's Matthews. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now here's Crawford. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Barea with it. Defended by Paul. Barea, the pass to Matthews. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And when you watch Wes Matthews, you see he's just a fantastic perimeter defender, Clark. He can match up well at either the 2 or the 3.
His combination, Kevin, of length and strength and lateral movement make him an outstanding defensive player.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And for Matthews, you know, he knows that he's a strong defender. And so last year, his claim was that he was the best two-way shooting guard in the NBA.
With some changes. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Mbaamuta. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. Both good from the line that time.
Listen, he has a chance to be considered the best two-way player at his position, and not sure if he is the clear-cut winner of that debate, but he is in the conversation.
Rivers dishes to Smith. Can't get it to go. And it's Dallas the other way. Matthews goes in. Here's Villanueva. The Mavericks rebound. Launches a 3. Not going to fall. Starting off slow. He misses his first 3 from the floor. Smith kicks to Johnson. They set the screen. Got a piece of it. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That's his first foul. .127 left in the first quarter. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
He kicks it to Jenkins. To the paint. Correa, the pass to Villanueva. It's taken away by Smith. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. And oh, here we go, Jenkins. And nobody is back. And he gets the bucket.
And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
Johnson dishes to Rivers. The high post shot. Again, the Clippers.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Mavericks with the rebound.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about
Get
to
the fuck out of here.
allow him to
You
cruise
gotta
into
make
the
that,
lane.
nigga. Fuck wrong with you?
Johnson wide open. He fires. The three-pointer no good.
It's still early, but they've started to establish themselves on the glass here.
Yeah, scrapping, Clark, for each and every rebound. They are not backing down.
Crawford outside. Screen by Smith. Here's the screen. Crawford drives in. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 2. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
It's just been a long-range battle for them, and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from
You know how I
deep,
want to
big
see. You
ball
know what I
wide
want to
out.
see this postseason, man.
On the floor for
Motherfucking Golden State and Oklahoma City, healthy.
Are in at the forward spots. Williams is out there with Devin Harris, and it's Pachulia in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Williams.
Spurs do it to see. The Spurs ain't nobody talking about them, but shit, they only lost 6 games.
Williams with the block, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Here's Smith off the inbound and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
And guys, Josh Smith, an interesting blend of talents. A good defender, great finisher around the rim. Also an underrated passer at times for a big man.
And Josh Smith, kind of a tweener. He's spent some time at power forward. Clark, he's spent some time at small forward. He's handled the ball. He's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, he is, but I think he's best, Kevin, working inside. He's gotten stronger. He's worked on his post game, and I think as time has passed, he's settled in as a full-time power forward. At least that's where he should settle into.
Here's Nowitzki. It's hauled in by Smith. Clippers leading by 4. Crawford passes to Smith. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Crawford. Johnson in the corner. Here's Rivers. Tries it again. Johnson can't get it to go.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
For Dallas, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they were 75% from the line.
Zaza, you been balling in real life too, man. I need that double out of you.
And Pachulia drops them both. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Rivers kicks to Smith. Crawford, no one around him. That 3 off the mark. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Los Angeles. Parsons outside. Dallas, no good that time either.
I knew that was bad. I felt how I shot that. I knew that was going to be bad.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. The shot is good off the backboard. Smith's got 6 points.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
And Greg, you know how it is. Sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 baskets to get things going. Maybe we're getting ready to pump a little life into this one.
Here's Rivers. The Clippers keep it alive. And stolen by Parsons. Looking for Harris. He gets it there. Here's Johnson. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful jam.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
6 on the shot clock. Nobody near Williams.
I gotta make that shit, man. Wide the fuck open.
There's Crawford with the 3. The Clippers keep it alive. Aldridge dishes to Smith. On the wing, Johnson. Lets it go with the 3. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Williams kicks to Nowitzki. Back to Williams. They double team Nowitzki. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Clippers leading by 5. The drive by Smith. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Wesley Johnson. Here's Williams. The teardrop falls in. Williams has got his first points of the game.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Now Rivers. Here's the screen. Screen by Smith. Crawford with the ball. Devin Harris covering. The Clippers rebound. Redick for 3. No good. He's missed 3, and he's made 4 of his 7. Mavericks trailed by 5. Outside Williams. And there's the pass to Pachulia.
I did not want to throw it to him, man. What the fuck is they doing?
And here's the fast break. Rejected by Nowitzki. They retain possession. Here's Pachulia. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the Clippers making a change here. Stevenson's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Matthews is checked in. Inside runner. And stolen by Darren Williams. Goes up. And finished off by Parsons.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right now. Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Nowitzki right side. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. That's foul number 2 for him. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Clippers. Hall comes in for Austin Rivers. John Jenkins checked in for Dallas. Shot clock at 5. Williams kicks to Matthews. Can't get it to fall. Clippers leading by 5. Stevenson passes to Reddick. Pass to Paul. Second shot opportunity. And that's off the glass. Paul's got 8.
And, you know, J.J. Redick has shown steady improvement in his game. He entered the league as a spot shooter off the bench. Last season, averaged over 30 minutes a game for the Clippers. He's come a long way.
Dallas calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure.
All right, fellas.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in.
Oh, my God.
Jeremy Evans comes in for Parsons. Harris is checked in for John Jenkins. And Barea subbed in for Williams. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Mavericks trailed by 7. And here is Harris. There's the feed to Powell. Back to Harris. It's tipped.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead. And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Barea, no good.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead, and in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah. Those putback jams sting, don't they, my goodness?
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now. Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around in the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
And guys, that's an alley-oop I guarantee you we'll be seeing on the highlight reels for the next few days.
The drive by Paul. Kicks it out to Stevenson.
That nigga try to flush that shit.
It's over Matthews. Stevenson missing again.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Here's Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And it's Harris off the drive. Matthews.
You know, they built their lead here by doing all the little things well.
And one of those little things, Clark, has been rebounding. They've come out and taken complete control of that glass.
Well,
What
it
the
looks like
fuck?
he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
To the right side. Back to Evans. He dishes it to Barea. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Barea's got 5.
And you know, he's going to continue to vary those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Here is Paul. He's got 8. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Paul kicks to Stevenson. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barrett. That's foul number 2 for him.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
There's the screen. Jordan dishes to Reddick. In the corner, it's Stevenson. Powell pulls it in.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Dallas moving the ball around. And that's Evans penetrating. Matthews, no one around him.
Come on, Matthews.
Can't nail the jumper. And Doc Rivers passed the 700 win mark as a coach last season.
Fuck. Keep missing shots.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Paul kicks to Jordan. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
So it's the Mavericks now. It's a 10-point game. Barea, the pass to Evans. Paul with the steal. Stevenson inside the three-point line. Offensive rebound. Now here's Paul, guarded by Barea. And it's Paul penetrating. He kicks to Jordan. And he goes in for the dunk.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
Speaking of Matthews' strength, he really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel him. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down weaker, smaller defenders. I mean,
y'all got to get there, man. Come on.
He will attack it with vigor.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard.
I tried to get that fucking 2-for-1, man.
Big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
They set the pick. 2 on the clock. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Barea.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
All right, fellas, we got to clean some shit up. Try to get back in this game.
We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles.
We gotta get some second chance points. 13-0. We can't have that. Everything goes.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
just a dominating performance in the post by him so far, just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
Yeah, and getting it to him is the only hard part, fellas. I mean, once he has it, he's automatic. Forget about it. He can do work down there.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
And what a tremendous game for Jordan. He has 9 rebounds and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt. They'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Luke Mbamute. And it's Pierce in the small forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Mavericks trailed by 10. Nowitzki with it. Now Pierce defending. Elbow shot. And that one comes up a bit short. And here are the Clippers. They've led by as many as 14 points. And oh, here we go. Felton's got it, the fast break chance. Nowitzki dishes to Williams. Dallas moving the ball around. That's good from Nowitzki on the assist by Williams. Williams has got 6 assists now in the game. Paul outside. Redick with the screen on Williams. Passes it to Redick. Sinks the three-pointer. Redick's got 13 points.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Mavs were solid on the road last year with a record of 23-18 away from Dallas Clark. Good for 5th most road.
Come on, man.
From a veteran team like the Mavs,
Yeah.
the roster,
I ain't gonna hold you. That's what Pierce do, though.
what it takes to win on the road.
He always been
And guys, the Mavs did
create
have a good
contact on the
record
shot.
on
That's
the
what he get
road last
into.
year. Most of it came at the expense of the Eastern Conference. Only 10 of their 23 road wins came against teams in the West.
Reset.
That boy said 3 shots.
And he hits the first of 3.
You know, it's funny, back to the Mavs on the road last season, they were much better defensively on the road than they were at home, and that's typically not the case. It's usually flipped, better at home on D than on the road.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Jenkins checked in. And he sinks the second.
When you're talking about the greatest clutch player ever, that list needs to include Paul Pierce. I mean, he slowed down a bit, no doubt, but don't let that fool you. If you give him any kind of look at the end of the game, he'll cut your heart out.
And he nails the third. Looking back at Paul Pierce's career, Clark, so many game winners, none more impressive than his jumper over Dwayne Wade in the first round of the 2010 playoffs.
Yeah, you know, Shaq nicknamed him the Truth for good reason. I mean, Pierce grew up in L.A. and reportedly dreamed of playing with the Lakers. Ironic that he instead became one of the Celtics' all-time greats.
The tray. Pierce with another miss.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
Williams kicks to Nowitzki. Pierce against Parsons. And stolen by Redick. Here's the 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Redick's got 16 points.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Dallas calls timeout.
And Redick is just an unbelievable three-point. It's not just his volume, it's his pinpoint accuracy. By the end of last season, Redick was 40% from behind the arc for his career.
Dallas making a switch here. Matthews is checked in.
Wesley Matthews.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And for Redick, he knew what his NBA career would be like. Way back in 2005, Clark, I recall him saying, I think I'll be a role player like 80% of the players in the league. I don't expect to be a star.
Come on, man.
I'll just shoot. I'll be a team player.
Yeah, and he's exactly right. He was highly decorated in college, but every scout knew his strength was shooting the basketball, and JJ knew it as well.
Mavericks trailed by 17. Williams against Paul. And Williams, here we go. That's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Well, for Darren Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries, hard to overcome.
Shot clock at 6. Paul. Rejected by Nowitzki. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Just 2 to shoot. Paul for 3. Paul missing again.
And guys, for Darren Williams last season, all those injuries finally affected his shooting. 39% from the field last year, the second lowest mark of his career, and he just couldn't create space or elevate to get the clean looks he had grown accustomed to.
And Jenkins kicks to Matthews. Unloads. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 17 points was their biggest margin. And it's Pierce in the corner. Back to Paul. It's Redick on the wing. And it's Paul penetrating. The open shot by Pierce. Pass to Redick. Los Angeles with another miss.
And, you know, talking about Darren Williams, last year wasn't all bad. I mean, nearly 7 assists a game, 3.5 rebounds, a steal. Not the stocking stuffer he used to be, but he still battled and still contributed.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Let's go, fellas. Go, fellas. Keep fighting.
Set off a Texas rivalry last year, drafted by the Rockets in the second round. He received an offer sheet in free agency from the team's rival, the Dallas Mavericks. Eventually chose Dallas. Injured in the playoffs, hurt a knee, only played the 1 game. But I think they've got great things ahead for him with the Mavs.
Yeah, you know, Parson was a restricted free agent, so that meant the Rockets could match if they wanted to, but they declined to match Dallas's offer. Which sent Parsons packing just up the road in Texas.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Parsons.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Here's Paul. 10 points for him. The shot no good. Good D by Williams.
You know, back to the topic of Parsons' free agency, the offer from the Mavs was 3 years, $46 million. Houston didn't want to go that high, so they reluctantly let Parsons leave. Ultimately, Houston filled Parsons' small forward role with the signing of Trevor Ariza. Not bad.
Here's Jenkins. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up there.
And you know, it wasn't just about getting hot offensively. Defensively, they've been stellar as well.
Oh, and he takes it right at the man who just scored on him.
That's the way to answer back with an in-your-face stuff.
Guys, some pride bubbling up right there. He wasn't about to be outshone.
Just 5 to shoot. It's tipped and stolen by Redick. And it's Paul penetrating. He feeds it to Amute. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And talking about the Texas show.
Come the fuck on, y'all.
Even his teammates got involved. After Parsons left, James Harden reacted saying that Dwight Howard and Harden were the cornerstone of the Rockets. But that's probably nothing compared to the rivalry that the two teams' ownerships felt.
Y'all got to take care of that rock,
guys,
baby.
Let's get your take on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Dallas calls timeout. Andre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Wesley Johnson's checked in for the Clippers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Pachulia, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Villanueva comes in for Wesley Matthews. Devin Harris is checked in for Jenkins. And Barea subbed in for Darren Williams. Harris outside. 6 on the shot clock. There's the dish to Pachulia. Dallas needs to get off a shot. On the top of the key. Barea, no good.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen 0 drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness. But no question, he's improved his skills and IQ.
And stolen by Parsons. Dishes it to Villanueva.
Whoa.
To Parsons. Screen by Villanueva. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
Villanueva with a screen on Redick. And the basket by Harris.
And that's his style right there. That's his game. He plays it as well as anyone. And when we get to crunch time, that's when he's at his best.
The drive by Paul. No one near him. And misses it off the right side of the rim. On the wing, Harris. Covered by Redick. Kicks to Villanueva. Poked loose. Johnson over to help. Shot clock at 6. Back to Harris. And the shot clock expires.
Oh my God, I passed it to the wrong nigga like 2 fucking times.
When it comes to shooting.
Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go.
Come on, man. Can't make these fucking mistakes.
For the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Lance Stevenson comes in for Paul Pierce. And it's Crawford in for J.J. Redick.
You know, the big thing for the Clippers is that they won some big games and staples over tough opponents. I mean, also won 6 of their last 7 to secure the 3 seed in the West.
And the shot is good.
Even though there's a height disadvantage, he's still able to go up and over his man.
Well, he's fearless. I mean, there's nothing that concerns him. No matter what the matchup is, he's a guy that doesn't back down. He's beyond being intimidated.
Barea kicks to Pachulia. In the corner, it's Harris. To the inside, Jenkins. And now running up the court, Stevenson pushing it up. Feeds to Paul. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Crawford's shot is good. Mavericks trailed by 11.
And one issue with the Clippers at home is that it didn't feel like they were at home. Blake Griffin said home court advantage is just not there for us. And this is on the heels of a loss where the crowd was cheering for the other team louder than the Clippers at times.
You know, you look at Dallas, and that team didn't rely too much on the mid-range or the short game last season, but they could have. They shot 70% from 12 feet and in, excluding drives. That's pretty good.
Here's Harris. Dallas. No
This shit crazy, man.
Clippers leading by 11. Stevenson outside. Kicks it out to Paul. And here's Johnson outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Johnson's got 8.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Crawford outside. Charlie Villanueva grabs the miss.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
For Dallas, they have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. And the first one at the line is good. You know, you work hard all season, Greg, to try and get into the playoffs, then get a favorable first-round matchup. How about the Clippers last year? Followed those steps. They're rewarded with the first-round matchup against the defending champions of the league, the San Antonio Spurs.
And not only were the Spurs the defending champions, but they came in playing terrific basketball down the stretch, which is kind of what they are noted for. And the Clippers, though, did well, even though that was the case.
Boy, I tell you, it was a tough road for the Clippers in the playoffs. They get by the Spurs in round 1 in a 7-game emotional series, and immediately have to go up against the Rockets in round 2.
And we all remember the Clippers would go up 3-1 against the Rockets. They had that 19-point lead in the fourth quarter of Game 6, but couldn't hold on to it and lose Game 7. And it was one of the biggest series collapses, really, in postseason history. And Lance Stevenson really couldn't find minutes in Charlotte last season. Ended up sitting out a lot of games as a DNP CD. Not the start he wanted with the new team.
And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Harris passes to Pachulia. It's deflected. He kicks it to Jenkins.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
And for Stevenson, to his credit, he took the benching in stride. He knew he just wasn't a good fit at times.
Yeah, and his coach, Steve Clifford, was upfront about it, and I thought did a nice job handling that. Clifford said he wanted Stevenson as a Hornet, but just couldn't find a unit with which to make it work.
Here's Barea, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for the Clippers, J.J. Barea.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Barea. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Barea.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Damn. I felt the crazy thing about I felt that one too. Man, that was crazy.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Clippers lead
That was some bullshit.
and time for the short
He
break.
jerked
Stay
that
where
nigga.
you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. one-sided show.
Alright, we got a hell of a fourth, y'all. You gotta have a hell of a fourth, y'all.
Clippers leading by 12. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Matthews out there with Darren Williams, and it's Pachulia in at the 5, down low.
It's dirt time, man.
Here's Nowitzki. And 2 free throws coming up.
It's dirt time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Because he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Wesley Johnson picks one up. One thing that can be said for Dirk is that he has been incredible in terms of an ambassador for the game. We know he's a Hall of Fame player, but what he's done off the floor and just everything for the European player coming into this league has been groundbreaking.
And Kevin, for me, he was an inspiration. I mean, he really opened the doors for a lot of European players to come over, and not just come over, but to be impactful. As you mentioned, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and that really has set the stage for this infusion of making our game truly global.
Matthews goes in, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hander.
There's Crawford with the 3. Now the pass to Rivers. Johnson left side. Count the bucket.
Y'all gotta get the rebounds, y'all.
Got 5 points now this quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Nowitzki dishes to Williams. Pachulia kicks to Parsons. Nowitzki with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. The kick out to Matthews.
That nigga ain't hit a shot all fucking game. What's wrong with him?
Many of those.
Crawford outside. Crawford with another miss.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Matthews passes to Nowitzki. It's Crawford with the drive. Crawford missing again.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Outside Matthews. And it's Matthews again missing. Clippers leading by
I'm trying to
13.
figure out how this nigga keep missing these fucking shots.
Missing.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Kicks it out to Nowitzki. Williams with the ball. And it's Aldridge picking him up. On, here we go. Crawford all alone. And finished off by Rivers.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good.
Oh my God,
basketball
man.
at both ends.
The 3 from
You know
Johnson.
what?
The Mavericks pull it in.
Absolutely right.
Parsons got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Matthews dishes to Nowitzki. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the...
Absolutely right.
You can't afford to be playing that loose right now.
Definitely not. I mean, things have to be tight. You want to be playing smart, high-level basketball. You don't want to be brain fading right now.
They set the screen. Johnson goes in, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 17.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Nowitzki, no good.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Parsons on the wing. Johnson over to help. Pachulia kicks to Parsons. Powered down with both hands.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-handed.
Maximum force on that dunk.
Crawford against Matthews. And there's the foul. Goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul. For the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Pierce comes in for Josh Smith. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Wesley Johnson. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Pachulia. Villanueva comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Jenkins, he's checked in for Parsons. And Devin Harris subbed in for Wesley Matthews. J.J. Barea's checked in for the Mavericks. Pierce kicks to Crawford. It's on target from the high post.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Pass to Harris. Cans it from downtown.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Harris against Crawford. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Now the feed to Rivers. Crawford passes to Stevenson. Over Jenkins. It's blocked. Harris dishes to Barea. There's the triple. Villanueva with the bucket. Here's Rivers. He dishes it to Stevenson. Looking to end his cold spell. And the layup is up and in. And the Clippers lead by 16.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off?
Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Oh, man.
Los Angeles leading by 16. Pierce with a screen for Stevenson. Fires from 18. And the shot no good, a bit short.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out. And that's another assist for a team that is putting on the clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they need.
And he gets it to go.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. Paul's checked in for Rivers. 14 feet away. Jordan with the rebound. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
The Mavericks have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Nowitzki against Paul. Nowitzki kicks to Parsons. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles making a switch here. Redick is checked in. J.J. Redick. Paul against Williams. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Stolen by Stevenson.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
Well, it's simply been an awful quarter. I mean, terrible ball security. They've actually handled that thing like it's got leprosy. Take care of it. Ouch.
What? The nigga made a shot?
And Matthews gets it to go.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
The drive by Paul. Pachulia with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Parsons running. They grab their own miss. Nowitzki kicks to Matthews. They shoot again. The shot by Williams, no good.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Well, you knew things would be different for Lance Stevenson out of Indiana, but it wasn't in a positive way at all.
Yeah, he really struggled to find a role with Charlotte, the team he signed with. Remember, he was more of the point forward, had the ball in his hands in Indiana. Not the case with Charlotte, and also rumored to be traded all last season.
It's Williams with the drive.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Clippers leading by 13. Ball against Williams. Outside Pierce. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, no good by the Clippers.
You know, for Stevenson, he saw a regression in almost every part of his game last year. Ended up riding the bench down the stretch. Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt. Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick-fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And for Stevenson, it's really hard to readjust to a new system. I mean, he still has all the tools he had in Indy, so he could be a bounce-back candidate this year and beyond.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Rick Carlisle was going over with his team in that last huddle. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Paul outside. It's Redick on the wing. Paul against Williams. Paul passes to Smith. Nice work there coming off the screen. And the Clippers lead by 13.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Man, y'all gotta get them boards, man. That shit was killing us, like fucking second chance points.
Hard time climbing back into this game if they continue to defend like that. In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, it's just and with that basket, you'd have to think this lead is secure.
I'm almost ready to go there with you, partner. Not quite. I'm hanging around at that 98% mark, so it's just about done, but I need a little more evidence to close the book on.
Paul outside. Screen by Smith. Another shot. Paul missing again. Maverick shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Los Angeles.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost him. But, Clark, they really kept the ball under control.
I thought they were both focused and relentless, Kevin.
And so many key players that you could point to tonight, but in particular, a great game for Jordan. He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Williams for three. Good. 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. and they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Paul. Passes to Reddick. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. That's tipped. Paul with the steal. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start.
Yeah, I'm about to fuck around and go to sleep. I get up at 6 in the morning.
So the Clippers winning this one easily.
I'm gonna get with you tomorrow, though.
Tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers.